Monday, 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 Monday. Did I say Monday? Oh my God, it's like I just closed my eyes and opened and it's Monday already. Can't be, that's not right, it's Monday already. Yeah, but I'm here to keep you company. Hey everyone. Welcome to Inside the Zone, the community platform where information is guaranteed. It's a good day. Welcome, welcome to you. Inside the Zone is broadcast on Linkage Radio 101.7, 104.5 FM, Caribbean Vibes Radio Network, that's www.caribbeanvibesradio.com, and Inside the Zone on the YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, and share the channel. I'm your producer and presenter, Lady D, Denise Gomez. How was your weekend today? I had a great weekend. Spent it on Saturday at Cooler Runnings, Cargill Community Project community event this past Saturday. I'll update you later in the program. But it was good. It was a good day. It wasn't all that hot either, so that was good. How did you spend your weekend? I hope good. Hey, to Mr. Hines. Mr. Hines hasn't left yet. He's keeping my company. So I just plugged him into the YouTube channel. Inside the Zone is a culture-centric radio program that connects the Jamaican diaspora and international audiences globally. The show's content captures its people's social, cultural, and collective views on issues that affect their communities: family, health, finance, education, of course, food security, housing, and so much more. It's broadcast Mondays 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. and Thursdays 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. here on Linkage Radio in Mount Vernon, New York. Today's feature of the Monday Drive is called Keeping You in the Know in the City You Walk, Drive, and Reside. The show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. They're doing great work. It was so good to be there again this past Saturday. You may call 718-324-7484. They deliver with purchase of $20 and up. They offer catering services, all items subjected to tax. And they're at 1802 Nereid Avenue, corner of Nereid and Wickham Avenue. Hey everybody, what do I have lined up for you this afternoon? Let me take you through it. The Monday beat coming up. It's Reggae Music Monday. We chase the Monday blues out of here. And what's in the zone? Important global events and concerns. Food insecurity, I do have a feature on that. A Jamaica thing that me say, food, sweets, Caribbean foods and beverages. So I'm going to be touring, and you're coming along for the ride. Keeping You in the Know comes up at 6 p.m. with news, happenings, and facts. At 6:30 p.m., Voices, the intellectual voice that has everyone talking. My guest this afternoon will be Keisha Hale, principal of Padmore Primary School in Jamaica. And Mrs. Hale will be talking about the impact of COVID-19 on education in Jamaica. It is now 23 minutes after 5 o'clock. Welcome to the show. Don't forget my hashtags, ITZ The Monday Drive, hashtag Host Lady D, hashtag ITZ Radio, hashtag Community Life. Email me, Inside the Zone. Well, I'm not bullying you now, Let me do that again. Please send me an email to InsideTheZoneNYC@gmail.com, InsideTheZoneNYC@gmail.com. And of course, hello to my YouTubers. Good evening to all of you tuning in. Share the link as always. Let's have a great Monday on the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. Let's chase the Monday blues out of here with great music. Are you ready? It's Reggae Music Monday. Linkage Radio, your budding and buzzing station, 24/7, 365 days for the year. Once you pop into the YouTube chat, share the link. Share the link and say, hey, subscribe. There's no money. No money. No money. Just a tap of your finger and say, hey, just watch. That's all you need to do. Just watch the show. Hi to you, and you. And again, I'll be talking a little bit about the Jamaica Diaspora Conference that will be kicked off tomorrow in Jamaica. So we'll be talking a little bit about that. So much to do on a Monday afternoon, but I got to get my Monday beat in. I need to shake the Monday blues out of here with some good music just for you.
Protege, yeah. Chronics are where you say, hey. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I just go where the trade wind blows, sending love to my friends and foes. And I suppose I'm pleased to be chilling in the West Indies. To provide all my wants and needs. I got the sunshine, rivers and trees, green leaves, wait, hey. When me see Jah, me see a way, drastically straight from hypocrisy, I say, hey. Every man to them own a philosophy. I live the proper way and then me read a chapter daily. Monday in a city hungry and no eat, and food they down a country just a drop off of the tree then. You see say poverty no real then, is what the reason revealing. Go where the trade wind blows, sending love to my friends and foes. And I suppose I'm pleased to be chilling in the West Indies. I provide all my wants and needs. I got the sunshine, rivers and trees, green leaves, yeah. When the rain pitter pat on the roof, herb just a steam, pepper pot on the stew. Life is a dream if you got gratitude. So go tell the regime them can't stop what we do now. Information you think on your own, or else you're a slave to the things that you know. What do you know if you learn every day? So be careful of things where you say. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I just go where the trade wind blows, sending love to my friends and foes. And I suppose I'm pleased to be chilling in the West Indies. I provide all my wants and needs. I got the sunshine, rivers and trees, green leaves. Africa in our soul, but Jah in our heart. It is of importance for I and I gather. If we cannot show now a balance that we had, how do we propose then to carry it abroad? Cannot go to Ethiopia and you not have a plan. The building of a nation and a helper on. Every one a lover, one a man is just a man. It shall be a coronation when we land. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I just go where the trade wind blows, sending love to my friends and foes. And I suppose I'm pleased to be chilling in the West Indies. I provide all my wants and needs. I got the sunshine, rivers and trees, green leaves, birds. And I say we just moving on. Yeah, man. Who knows, babe? We just move with joy every time. I'm pleased and give thanks, to be chilling in the West Indies. You see that smile on me, I provide all my wants and my needs, oh Dre.
me and feel me the way you do. Who else could ever steal my heart away? You're my greatest temptation, that I don't want to be free of. And I will do anything to make it stay this way. Yeah, I want to run to you when I'm overdue, when my desire is burning. Want to reach the place where you take me high, baby, over and over again.
'Cause you're so amazing. I can feel you from afar. You come with guns blazing. You shoot me and I fall. Yeah, when you touch me, you hold me, I could fly.
Baby.
When you kiss me, you heal me, I'm alive.
I'm so alive.
When you touch me, you hold me, I could fly.
I could fly.
Baby, when you kiss me, you heal me, I'm alive. Oh, when you touch me, you hold me, I could fly.
I could fly, fly,
When you
fly.
kiss me, you heal me, I'm alive.
I'm so alive.
When you touch me, you hold me, I could fly.
You take me higher.
Baby, when you kiss me, it heals me, I'm alive.
I'm alive.
Don't break your own heart. No, no. Now I know that you're not smart. How you said goodbye and now you were sad. Baby, don't do it. Don't break your own heart. Even though I'd give you another chance. Oh, girl. Even though I'd give you another chance. No, no, baby. Now I know your mistake. And you never tried to hurt yourself again. Now you have done me no wrong. Baby, can't you understand? Don't you try to hurt yourself anymore. Oh, girl. Now don't you try to hurt yourself anymore. No, 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 baby. I know I love you, my baby. Ooh, na, na. Don't you ever try, don't you ever hurt yourself anymore. No, 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 no. I love you, my baby. Hey. Don't you try to hurt yourself anymore. Ooh. Now I know that you're not wise. Look how you hurt yourself and now you are sad. Baby, don't do it. Don't break your own heart. Even though I'd give you another chance. Oh, girl. Even though I'd give you another chance. No, 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 baby. Now I know that you're not smart. Look how you hurt yourself and now you are sad. Now you have done me no wrong. Baby, can't you understand? Don't you ever try to hurt yourself anymore. Oh, girl. Don't you try to hurt yourself anymore. No, 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 baby. I love my baby.
The Monday Beat right here on Inside the Zone with Lady D. Denise Gomez. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the Monday Drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. I know you felt that good feeling because it's Monday, and I got Reggae Music Monday for you. In the Monday Beat, I featured Protege, Who Knows, featuring Chronics, Etana with Fly, and wrapping up the Monday Beat with Glenn Washington's Now I Know. 5:36 p.m. Set your watches and your clocks. Time signal brought to you by my sponsor, Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Don't forget they deliver. Of course, would you like to get your lunch or your dinner? Oxtail, brown stew, red snapper fish, chicken chop suey, brown stew chicken, and you know they have the jerk yard going on across the street. Yep, from the restaurant. Give them a call, place your order today. Say, Lady D, send me 718-324-7484. You're tuned in to the Monday Drive here on Inside the Zone with your station, Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7 FM. And don't forget, you can also tune in to the Linkage Radio on TuneIn. Yes, and we have an app. Don't forget, we have an app. 5:37 p.m. Our telephone number is 914-600-4228, 914-600-4228. It's now time for me to take you over to the segment, What's in the Zone? Important global events and concerns. Today, causes, effects, and solutions to food insecurity. Do you feel like you always have food? Even if you have a cracker, you always have something. But there may have been a time when you had nothing. You went home, you opened your cupboard, bare shelves, right? Shelves were bare, nothing. You went to the refrigerator, you pull it, nothing. But then you had a neighbor, and we were neighborly. And so you were able to fill that gap. Your children got something to eat before they went to bed. Perhaps you didn't have much, but you ensured that they got something to eat. And so in recent times, we've been hearing the term that is coined food insecurity. And you're saying, I work, I have money, I can always have food. It's not likely it's going to run out on me. And we say all kinds of things. But during the pandemic, many people realized how important it is to have food, even that one cracker. Or we would say the one crackers, right? It's very, very important. Food, as they say, is the staff of life. Without food, you have to eat. No matter how much you hydrate yourself with water, juices, etc., you need food so that it can break down in your stomach. It can go through your bloodstream and it goes to where it needs to go to, and then it goes to waste, right? And that's why we have to go to the bathroom and we pass it out. But food is important. So what is food insecurity? Because I thought about it, and I said, I work with a nonprofit organization, and we saw all classes of people, upper class, middle class, lower class, everybody bundled together, lining up for food. Why? Because the pandemic hit. Their jobs closed down. They had no money. And they have children. And they themselves need to eat. And I can tell it was very, very difficult for many of them to join that line. Difficult, you could see it. And if you said anything a little too hard, they took an offense, because customarily they would not have been in a line, lining up for food. But thank goodness our agency was able to provide that service. So what is food insecurity? Are you feeling comfortable that may never happen to you? And so it is defined as a lack of consistent access to enough food for an active and healthy life. In other words, there are millions of people all over the world who suffer from a shortage of food and cannot tell if they will be able to feed themselves the next day or at the end of the day. This is the basis of defining food insecurity. So quite possibly, many people were going through that even before they came to live in this country. Wherever you're from, there was a time when you never had. So in 2018, for example, it was reported that 1 in 9 Americans suffered from food insecurity. That is equivalent to 37 million people, more than 11 million of whom are children. Hunger and food insecurity are closely related, and it is possible to say that when one is food insecure, they will be hungry. Hunger will lead to poverty and diseases. Although not all people living below the poverty line experience food insecurity, because those living above the poverty line could also experience food insecurity. Food insecurity is a dangerous concept, as it does not exist in isolation. Low-income families could be affected by multiple overlapping issues such as social isolation, acute and chronic health problems, the lack of affordable housing, low wages, and high medical costs, among others. These factors could also result in food insecurity and vice versa, making it a complex and more dangerous state of life. There are all social determinants of health, and when addressing the effective responses to food insecurity, these overlapping challenges have to be addressed as well. And so I wanted to just remind us that we live in this country. We know many people have lost their jobs. They have lost their houses, their car, things they invested in. And they had no one, or if they had, people were not able to accommodate them for an extended period of time. And so what happened? When they used to sleep in the car, they couldn't pay the car note anymore. They had to take it back in. What do? Go into shelters, get robbed, all of that. Or they simply said the shelters are too dangerous. I have to go to the streets. So they have found themselves on the streets. And mentally, they get breakdown. They're worn out mentally, frustrated. And you find that they fall into that way of living. That pattern is just formed. They exist during the daytime, and then they go under the bridge, or they find a little cubby place to sleep, or under the train station. We pass them every day. People's circumstances change, and we never know when ours will change. And sometimes some of them, they don't get any help. There is no counseling, nothing. So they become mentally deranged, lose their minds. They were not like that at one point. So I just want to remind us today that when we hear about food insecurity, it's just a mere step away from your door and mine. But help us to be able to maintain good relationships with people, so somebody will be able to help us and not feel as though all is well with us, because we're just a step away from something, an occurrence that will change our lives. So when we think about wanting to be that lawyer, doctor, all those high paying jobs, and in recent times they're not even so high paying again. People have had, attorneys are resorting to pro bono work, all kinds of things. Circumstances change in people's lives. But let us remember that every day when we wake up, to do something good, say something positive, and to help the next person, because you don't know when you're going to need help. But food insecurity, don't believe that you wouldn't find yourself in that situation. And there are farmers who, during that pandemic, because we can now relate to people's lives changing, pandemic hit. farming hit, food, we weren't getting certain things. We were merely existing during the pandemic. A lot of us and countries across the world shut down simply because they had nothing to work with. Good afternoon. How are you? Welcome.
I'm fine. I'm just looking for Mr. Linkage.
Oh, Lord. You're calling me on the public airwaves, and he wouldn't be here right now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. All right?
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye. All righty. So, we all have to just know how to manage what we have. And there are pantries, like my pantry at my organization, where, we stock up. If somebody runs out, you can get a little 2 can of this, 2 can of that. Or we encourage you to stock up your own pantry. So just in case things start happening rather, and your stock is going down, you have something to replenish. Okay? But don't forget that we have to look out for each other, because we're in a fast-paced population growth. Everybody day a baby is born, every day somebody need to eat, all kinds of things. Natural disasters will take us, climate change will happen to us, and we waste food. We waste food. And when we are throwing the food out, a lot of times we say, oh man, somebody could have it. Well, don't bother cook so much. If you don't want all of that, cook 2 banana and a little meat and just have it. Do not waste food, and then you're looking in regret, but it has to be thrown out anyway. So take it from me. I'm trying to bring you in the know here on this show. What's in the zone? Causes, effects, and solutions to food insecurity. Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. Good afternoon to you. Don't forget the show is brought to you by...
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Near Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
So welcome everyone. It's a good day. It's called Monday. It's a Monday drive, keeping you in the know in the city you walk, drive, and reside. Anthony Cruz on a Monday afternoon. Coming up at 6 o'clock, keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts.
Do you have a little time to spend it with me? I wanna know what's been going on in your life. Talk to me, baby. Yeah. Your hair, the perfume you wear brings back memories of you and me. Yeah. You look so fine. You blow my mind all over again. Oh, ladies, rock with me tonight for old time's sake. Ladies, listen what I tell you. Rock with me tonight for old time's sake. Ooh, ladies, I have never been so much I've never dreamed of. Oh, baby. Oh, na, na, na. Mr. Cruz again. Better get ready. Come do the rock steady, baby. You've got to do this new dance. Hope that you're ready. You've got to do it just like Mr. Cruz said. Don't you know, girl? Shake your hip, rock your body line, move your shoulders. Everything is fine. We're cruising. Oh, yeah. Oh, na, na, na. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh, ladies. Hey, girl, long time I don't see you. But do you got a little time to spend it with me? Tell me, I wanna know what's been going on in your life. Talk to me, baby. Let me tell you, your hair, the perfume you wear brings back memories of you and me. Ooh, you look so fine. You blow my mind all over again. Na, 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 na.
Beautiful music on a Monday afternoon. Anthony Cruz, Jack Cruz medley, yeah man. We had them looping in. Are you driving this afternoon? Are you by Dyer Avenue? You're about to catch a cab? Hey there, Shabs, how are you? Good afternoon, everyone. And the cabbies who are right by 233rd, those of you along the White Plains area, good afternoon, everyone. Those of you who are transporting goods and services across state lines, it's a long time I haven't mentioned that. You know, when you get bossy. No, sir, not me. But hi, you're driving. That's your job. You drive a lot. Good afternoon. Please take it easy on the road. Don't forget our telephone number is 914-600-4228. That is 914-600-4228. I just want to jump in, like literally jump. This is what you call jump into my segment here, because you know I have to talk about a little food to spice up your taste buds. I don't know what you had for dinner yesterday. You didn't tell me, but I'm assuming it was some chicken and something, or beef and something, or pork and something, or tossed something, because you know we toss from here till tomorrow. Yeah, some toss up something that you did. I didn't do no tossing. No, sir. No tossing whatsoever.
It's a land of special people, a place where champions grow, a magical vibe, so much more than you will ever know. You can't ignore the music, reggae so profound, and when it comes to the track, you know that Jamaica won't back down. On top of the world, we're more than just an island in the sun. A great nation, my mind is saying, welcome everyone to Jamaica.
Welcome everyone. So I'm all over the place today. How about some Ital stew on a Monday? Ital stew on a Monday. Ital is a hearty Jamaican stew that is associated with the Rastafarian movement. The name Ital is derived from the word vital, referring to the fact that that Ital food should be vegetarian and unprocessed. The stew consists of mostly starchy ingredients such as plantains, split peas, squash, taro root, potatoes, carrots, okra, onions, and collard greens in a rich coconut milk broth. And I'm sure you have made yours differently, so don't get bent out of shape now. You know, I didn't miss anything. I simply have what I have. The dish is traditionally lightly seasoned with thyme and pimento. It is recommended to garnish the stew with finely chopped coriander. When was the last time you had some ital stew? And some rundown. Now that's not on my list at all. I can't, my poor little body, my stomach can't seem to manage certain good food. If the thing too rich, my stomach can't manage it. Oh Lord, Jamaican mackerel rundown. Now mackerel rundown is a classic Jamaican dish featuring salted or pickled mackerel. I know Auntie Daphne could call me and give me her recipe for the rundown, and I'm sure it would be different. Or a pickled mackerel and a thick sauce made with coconut milk that has been boiled with various seasonings until it turns into a custard. The sauce is often seasoned with garlic, black pepper, Scotch bonnet, peppers, scallions, and thyme. This dish is often consumed for breakfast or brunch when it is accompanied by green bananas, festival bammy, or roasted breadfruit. All of that. Its other name, dip and fall back, is said to have been derived from the fact that the dish was often served in a bowl which was placed in the middle of the table. So each consumer would dip the side dishes in it, then fall back in order to allow other consumers to dip. You see that now? I bet your bottom dollar you didn't know that. You did not know. Don't forget, I'm broadcasting on CaribbeanVibesRadio.com. 3 minutes and counting to 6 p.m.
Sweet Jamaica, come seek the island's treasure. Welcome to Jamaica, Jamaica. Sweet Jamaica, come experience the culture. We do it like no other. Jamaica, sweet Jamaica, come seek the island's treasure. Welcome to Jamaica.
Wrapping up a that me say man, food sweet sir.
Land of special people.
All you carnivores out there,
A magical vibe.
all the people who like cooking pot, and you wish you could go outside now and just put your kerosene pan or the kerosene pan on top of your blocks. You put the block and then you pack it up with your coal and wood and what have you, and all that smoky aroma just get down into whatever, the curry goat and thing, and everybody can't wait, man. Everybody get them plate. You remember the green plate, the yellow plate, them plates, the plastic plates, and then they had the matching mugs. Lordy, I used to get those at primary school. And they have this sloppy Joe going on. I never liked eating lunch at school. The curry was always running somewhere. I don't know where they're running to. Them long water curry, and they do it with the bulgur, and then they just slap it in the plate Cookie Lou give you. Oh yeah.
We're more than just an island in the sun. A great nation for gathering.
Ryan, you feel for some cow food right now.
Sweet Jamaica.
Afternoon to my YouTubers. Don't forget our telephone number is 914-600-4228.
Sweet Jamaica, come seek the island's treasure. Welcome to Jamaica.
Yeah. Let me take you higher. I tell you, I could take you places with me right now, but the show must go on. Lordy. So hi everyone. Welcome to you. It's so good that you're keeping my company on a Monday afternoon. It's now time for keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts. Good afternoon. Welcome to Keeping You in the Know, brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue. Their telephone number is 718-324-7484. We start off with our local newscast. Police are looking for a man accused of attacking an NYC Parks Department employee in Manhattan's Riverside Park for no known reason, authorities say. Investigators say the suspect became belligerent toward the 29-year-old city worker near Riverside Drive and West 79th Street around 8 p.m. a week ago, when it was still light out, and punched the worker in the face before riding off on a scooter. The entire incident was captured by surveillance cameras and shows a man violently punch one of two parked workers who approached him, batons raised, on a roadside area within the Upper West Side space. That officer continues sparring with the suspect, with the two seen firing arms and legs as other officers try to stop the chaos, and confused bikers pause and then muddle their way by the confrontation. The worker was treated at the scene for a laceration. Anyone with information is asked to call Crime Stoppers at 1-800-577-TIPS. New York City's youngest school kids can ditch their face coverings in educational and other early child care settings Monday for the first time in more than 2 years, as the latest COVID threat continues to recede across the 5 boroughs. Mayor Eric Adams, a Democrat, first announced late last week that the core COVID precaution and one of the city's last standing pandemic mandates would turn optional for kids ages 2 to 4 who are not yet eligible for vaccination as of Monday. The mayor's words came minutes after his health commissioner, Dr. Ashwin Vasan, sought to assure New Yorkers in a lengthy Twitter thread that the latest COVID peak was past. Adams had faced ongoing pressure over the remaining toddler rule. It was supposed to have been nixed 2 months ago, but was kept in place despite a court challenge, until now over concerns about more contagious COVID variants. Adams leveraged Vasan's tweets on lowering trends as the scientific evidence he has said galvanizes pandemic decision-making across New York City in making the announcement. Adams stressed that parents can trust this administration to continue to make the proper public health decisions to keep our kids safe. And in Jamaica, given public outcry that there will be no festival song competition to mark Jamaica's 60th year of independence, Minister of Entertainment and Culture Olivia Babsy-Grange will seek Cabinet's intervention on the matter today. According to Grange, there are only 3 songs with quality from 123 entries that could make the cut. Quote, "It is for me at a policy level to have a discussion and to be guided even by Cabinet on, do we have a competition between the 3 songs, or do we just release the 3 songs? Do we select one of those songs as the theme for Jamaica 60? These are things which will be announced in a matter of days," said Grange in a Jamaica Cultural Development Commission organized virtual press conference on Saturday. It was attended by journalists, the panel of festival song judges, and the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission JCDC executives. The JCDC organizes the Jamaica Festival Song Competition. Quote, "I want to say to the public that there are 3 songs that are selected. Normally it is a competition between 10 songs. Do we want a competition between 3 songs, or do we want, as was recommended to me, and we've also initiated that, is to have a Jamaica 60 commemorative album on which those 3 songs will be part of that compilation?" she asked. The panel of judges comprised singers Freddie McGregor and Elaine Lawton and music producers Clevie Brown, Gussie Clark, and Donovan Germain. In her sectorial debate presentation to Parliament last Wednesday, Grange announced that this year's festival song competition was suspended due to the poor quality of entries. She said the judges were unable to identify 10 suitable songs despite an extension in the deadline. The minister also shed light on the proposed Jamaica 60 album. Quote, those songs will be more or less commissioned songs or more or less request to individuals. I have approached a number of persons. I've had responses from some of them. It will have a Coffee track, it will have a Shaggy track, it will have a Freddie McGregor track, it will have an OMI track, it will have a track from Inner Circle, unquote, she said. There are a number of persons who have expressed an interest in making a contribution. There are a number of producers who are speaking to a number of Jamaican artists who they would want to produce tracks with them. The process has started with or without a Jamaica Festival song competition. We will have a Jamaica 60 commemorative album. It will be ready shortly, and I will make an announcement soon, she continued. This is the third time the Jamaica Festival song competition is being cancelled. It was first suspended in 2013 by then Minister of Youth and Culture, Lisa Hanna, who wanted to reposition the contest as well as implement a voting system by which people could select their favorite festival song. At the time, Grange was the opposition spokesperson for entertainment and labeled the cancellation as a backward step and a disgrace. It was cancelled under Grange's tenure in 2017. Started in 1966, the Jamaica Festival Song Competition, once known as the Popular Song Contest, is one of the highlights for the independent celebrations. Past winners include the Maytals Bam Bam, Eric Donaldson Cherry O Baby and Land of My Birth, and Roy Rayan Give Thanks and Praises. Last year's winner was Statius Jamaican Spirit. In 2020, Buju Banton won with a I Am a Jamaican. Out of St. Catherine, Jamaica, a Jamaica Labour Party, JLP constituency organizer for St. Catherine West Central reportedly died in a motor vehicle crash in Bowles near Kitson Town in the parish Monday morning. He has been identified as councillor caretaker for the Point Hill division in the constituency, Omar Francis. The police were unable to provide details but confirmed a fatal crash in the parish this morning. Francis had also served as G2K Vice President and a Special Assistant to Health Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton. In a tweet this morning, Dr. Tufton offered his condolences. Quote, no words, sadness. Rest in peace, Omar. A short life, but you lived true to your convictions. We will continue the journey and always remember the role you played. Out of New York. Despite the rash of mass shootings resulting in multiple deaths across the United States, Jamaicans here still feel much safer than they would in their own country, diaspora leaders and other influential persons say. Radio host and head of the nonprofit Jamaican Men of Florida, Dr. Rupert A. Francis, said statistics show the existence of a vast chasm between murders in the United States at 5 per 100,000 people and Jamaica with 43.1 per 100,000 people. Quote, this view does not diminish our love for and commitment to Jamaica, unquote. Dr. Francis was quick to point out in an interview in which the Jamaica Observer sought to find out if the often racially motivated mass killings were scaring off Jamaicans. There has been close to 250 mass shootings across the U.S. this year, resulting in 1,350 people being shot and 278 deaths. Two of the most horrific shootings occurred in Buffalo, New York, where 10 people were killed at a supermarket on May 17 by white supremacists, and at a Robbie Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas, where 21 people, including 19 young children, were slaughtered on May 24. But none of those who spoke with the Observer showed or expressed any desire to return home as a result of the mass shootings and other gun-related issues in the U.S., as they point to the level of gun violence in Jamaica, where more than 500 homicides have been committed since the beginning of the year. Jamaicans here are caught up in the fierce debate across the U.S. on calls for meaningful reforms of gun control laws to reduce such incidents. but it faces opposition from Republicans who argue against infringements on Second Amendment rights. Legislation to that effect has, however, passed the House, and there were reports Sunday that a compromise had been reached with senators on limited changes to gun laws. Quote, "The Jamaican population here stands in sympathy with those who have suffered as a result of mass shootings. We also support calls for meaningful gun control measures," unquote, said head of the Global Jamaica Council for the Southern United States, Dr. Alan Cunningham. Ronnie Hammock, president of Brooklyn-based Ex-Correctional Officers Association of Jamaica, echoed support, as did Dr. Francis, former Jamaica Constabulary Force Officer Dwight P. Bailey, and Sadie Campbell, who heads the Jamaica Progressive League. Francis argued for proper background checks, an increase in the age from 18 to 21 for those who can own a gun, and responsible mental health issues to be addressed as part of any reform measure. He said that those and other measures are the issues frequently raised by Jamaicans on his radio program when mass shootings are discussed. In another gun-related matter, some leading members of the diaspora have urged the Jamaican authorities to move with urgency to accept an offer from New York City Mayor Eric Adams to help the country stem the flow of illegal guns and drugs in the country. The offer was made to Prime Minister Andrew Holness at a function to officially launch celebrations of Jamaica's 60th anniversary of independence in New York on May 1, 2022. Though providing no details, Michelle Fanga, who chairs the Immigration and Support Sector of the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council and is part of its crime task force, said, quote, "The offer should be accepted immediately and plans initiated to see how it will benefit the country," unquote. Patrick Callum, president of G2K New York, the youth arm of the ruling Jamaica Labour Party, also urged a quick and positive response from the government to the offer. Diaspora activist Erwin Clare Sr. described the offer as powerful, coming from the mayor himself, and urged government to hurriedly take up the offer. The police are reminding the public that several pieces of legislation make it an offense to share videos depicting children involved in sexual acts. According to the lawman, the warning follows several videos shared on social media platforms last week. The Corporate Communications Unit of the Jamaica Constabulary Force is urging the public not to share such videos, but rather to delete them immediately. The Child Pornography Prevention Act, the Child Care and Protection Act, and the Cybercrime Act of 2015 are some of the laws under which people may be charged if they are found in possession of such videos, or if it can be proven that they shared the video at any time. Individuals who may be able to assist investigators are encouraged to contact their local police, the Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offences and Child Abuse, at 876-926-4079 or the police 119 emergency number. It is 14 minutes after 6 o'clock. And I do have... Okay, we do have another headline, and then that will be a wrap, and we'll have a discussion. As the gun debate continues in the U.S., Jamaica's Prime Minister Andrew Holness, in his address to the Summit of the Americas last week, noted the effect of small arms trafficking to Jamaica. He stated, quote, "A significant number of countries are experiencing an increase in illegally trafficked weapons and smaller arms into our borders from within the region," unquote. I remember seeing a gun display in a popular chain store in Florida where people casually picked up the weapons and examined them. There are reports that Jamaican scammers and extortionists use ill-gotten funds to buy and smuggle these weapons. At the summit, Prime Minister Holness observed this is increasingly the capabilities of criminals and increasing violent crimes, particularly homicides. Much more needs to be done to control illegally trafficked weapons in our region. I have not heard in recent memory a prime minister come out as strongly against crime as Prime Minister Holness. He has done so at many events in Jamaica, and he did so at the summit. The prime minister underlined or shared challenges. Quote, the COVID-19 pandemic demonstrated our interconnectedness and our interdependence, and that no one is safe until we are all safe. 16 minutes after 6 o'clock. Good afternoon to everyone. Welcome to Keeping You in the Know with news, happenings, and facts. Our telephone lines are open 914-600-4228. 914-600-4228. You may call and share your thoughts and concerns on the headlines, and of course you may share a headline with me that concerns you as well. I go to the phone line. Good afternoon. Welcome. How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you.
Greetings, DL.
Thank you. Greetings to you. There are two news items that is of interest to me, and if you can oblige me, if you have it in front of you, could you just go over that Point Hill story for me about somebody who was killed?
Oh, you mean the counselor?
Is he a counselor?
So he's let me go back over it 1 second. Let me find it for you quickly. So he's a organizer for the St. Catherine West Central. He's a JLP organizer.
He's a JLP organizer.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you said it was a caretaker.
No, he's an organizer. He has been yes, he has been identified as a counselor caretaker for the Point Hill division.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm from.
So when I heard the news this morning, I'm going to think that he was speeding because they said he ran up into a wall. So it's either he was speeding or he was drunk or he lost control, whatever happened. And even if he ran into the wall, that tells me he was going at a fast pace.
And this is a daytime thing?
No, they said it was like a 2 a.m. or something like that. That's not mentioned here. That's what I heard in the earlier newscast before I left home.
And what is his name again?
His name is Omar Francis.
Omar Francis?
No. His name is, hold on. Yes, Omar Francis.
Yeah, the reason why I'm asking all this is because I said that's the district that I'm from.
I know, yes. But clearly he's a younger person. He came, years later.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And he has worked.
And lastly, sorry, he has worked where? No,
I'm saying they mentioned Christopher Tufton as well because he has worked with him in the past.
Well, Christopher Tufton is a member of Parliament for West Central.
Mm-hmm.
And the second thing, I just caught the tail end of it regarding something regarding G2K New York and Hurricane Clear waiting.
So they were all sharing their concerns about the mass shootings here. Many people who they have spoken to over time really don't have any plans to go back to Jamaica. So, they were they spoke to Sadie. Sadie is also a part of that. Her name was also mentioned. And in essence, they're just saying that no one is safe until we're all safe.
Yeah, but there's another one you talk about, and Irving Clear was referred and G2K.
Yes, so so that's about the U.S. mass shootings, no problem. So we are saying here in the diaspora that we are concerned about what has happened, but it has not really threatened us. We don't feel threatened like that. And they were also comparing what has happened here in this country and in Jamaica.
And what is still was like a part we talk about, somebody got something and Irving said they should take it.
No. So they mentioned, DL, where were you? So they.
I just walked in and heard a little tail end of it. That's what I'm saying.
So it's a long article. So I'm going back there. So Patrick Callum, president of G2K New York, the youth arm of the youth arm of the ruling Jamaica Labour Party, also urged a quick and positive response from the government to the offer. And so here they're talking about
So what offer?
the offer was made.
What offer?
Wait, no man. The offer was made to Prime Minister Andrew Holness at a function to officially launch celebrations of Jamaica's 60th anniversary of independence in New York, and when he came here in May.
Okay.
Right. So they were talking about the accessibility, like even in Florida, to guns,
Right.
illegal guns and drugs, and all of that. And they were saying that, let me say before this was Francis. His name is, what Francis?
Yes, Captain Francis.
Dr. Francis. Yes, he used to be constabulary.
Yes.
So all of these people were making their comments about, Jamaicans here in the diaspora and how they think regulations should be done and all of that, pretty much. That's what the article is really alluding to.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir. Alrighty, 914-600-4228 at 6:30. I do have an interview with Keisha Hale, and she is the principal of Padmore Primary School. So Voices is at 6:30 p.m. So if you'd like to call me, I do have 8 minutes if you'd like to call and share your comments with me. Unfortunately, as you hear in the newscast, there will not be a festival song competition. They said out of what? How much? 100 and something entries, they only came down to 3, which is not good at all. They felt that the standard was low. They couldn't come up with, because they usually have about 10 that they pull, and then there is a competition and everybody choose and all of that and the winning. So there is no festival song competition. However, like any other times, they will have their celebrations and so on, but unfortunately, the festival song competition will not be a part of that whole festive thing going on. Good afternoon. How are you? Welcome.
Good afternoon. This is the guy you chew on the sidewalk. And I just want to know, something? I'm not even going to blame you no more. You are beautiful in your heart, your soul, and your body.
Well, hello, Donald. I asked for you last week. I said, I don't know if you're out of town. I hope you're well.
Yes, I come back. Yes, I come back last night because I even go to church yesterday. Don't mess with me. I'm going to give God the glory yesterday too, ma'am.
I'm glad. How you do, Donald? I'm happy to hear you.
Happy to hear you. And I just want to know, you are beautiful. I mean, the men call back and you explain things to which other station that we need you 27, 15 or 90 on the radio. You hear me? And we better do something that we can pay you to stay on the radio.
Well,
that's all I have to say.
If you want to spearhead that part, I'll gladly come Monday to Friday.
Honey, we should. We listeners should do something. And I'm not talking to have a mouth. I'm talking for real. You are a princess, and may God continue to bless you and your family. And I don't have anything more to say more than let people just get together and see you come on the radio. Have a wonderful evening, man.
Blessings, Donald. Good to hear you. Thank you. All righty, 914-600-4228. So again, Keisha Hale will be joining me, and she wants to talk about the impact that COVID-19 has had on the education ministry, on education in Jamaica. And as an educator, principal, and she lives in one of those communities that she has had to work really hard with the children, with the parents, the whole community. That's work after work after work. That's what Keisha does. And it's not her first time joining me on my platform Inside the Zone. So I'm looking forward to speaking with her in a few minutes. But I'm also in agreement with the headline, because with the headline which talks about what is going around on social media. You shouldn't share it because there are some videos that are shared depicting children involved in sexual acts. No, they didn't. Involved, that's the operative word. So I would just like, if you get one of those videos, delete them. Don't pass them on to somebody else, because when you pass it on, the chain continues. Good afternoon. Welcome to Keeping You in the Know. It's Lady D.
Yes, Lady D. Yes, ma'am. How you mean when I have no festival song? I will ask Babsy Granger when name I deal with.
So here the deal now. So Babsy is quite in the pickle, but she has expressed her regret. What they say is that the songs that they got, they don't measure up to the standard of the festival song competition requirements. The song them just bad. And is only 3 they could have found out of the 100 and something. So you can't have a competition with 3 people. If you're gonna have a competition with 3 people, then you're gonna just have other people coming in to perform. And that's not the nature of the competition. So they're not having it. Because I was looking forward, on my show every year, I rinse out the songs leading up to the finale, right? But I have nothing to rinse out at this time. Nor does Jamaica.
You have to go rinse out put on.
Right.
The old, you play the old song, carry your baby and everybody come down. Ba boom boom, everybody.
Bam bam, everybody.
Bam bam bam. Yes,
yeah.
You play them over. Because them have new one, them a come. All them a talk about woman and they something.
But last year the songs were really good. I don't know what happened this year. If people just chose to write something, because they do give them a theme as to what the song should be about, right? You go write it. We tell you, so this is what we want. And you go, you write, put it together, come back. But they said that the songs were so bad they can't use them. And it's unfortunate because usually, when you are in the opposition, you can round up your mouth and say anything. When Lisa Hanna had to put it off, Babsy had made a comment. And then in 2017, Babsy had to put it off as well. So here we go, second time around. Egg on her face, But I saw it go. What we going to do? Because if the song them bad, if they once had put them out, the nation would come down on them because we don't play. If something don't sound good, we're gonna talk. So it's best they don't have it. It's best they don't have it and leave it where it is.
That's right. You're the old time one then.
I shall be doing that, my love, and we can talk about it. And you can tell me what you did in 1966.
1966. I did 1966. I was
you did born
boom, boom.
You did born in 1966 yet?
Yes, man.
Okay.
Baba boom boom.
Oh Lord.
Festival boom
boom boom. See there now. You know it. So
all right.
I'll be coming with them, rinsing them out, and do what we do.
Yes. But that man where did the guy Hill?
Point Hill?
Point Hill.
Yes. Very sad. Hill. Yes, he died.
Look like a party him a come from and can see.
I am not sure because when I heard it, this morning when they were reading it, they said that he ran into a wall. But I noticed they didn't pick that up in this headline here. So I'm thinking, is either him drunk, tired, something, and was going fast?
Fast man, fast man go.
I think so.
Reach nowhere.
So I am hoping that His family are, it's very unfortunate. And he's young too, young enough young man. Young enough young man. You notice how we talk though.
Omar
He's a young
Francis.
man. Omar Francis, yes.
Mr. Francis, brother. Him can't tell me about it.
You know what? Hortense, no mix me up. Do not mix me up. Hold on, Hortense. Hold on. Good afternoon.
I think he'd be more like Mr. Francis' grandson.
Grandson. Lord have mercy. I am not into anything with Uno.
Because Mr. Francis used to drive.
I don't know how Eddie didn't pull him in the crib. I don't know what
I guess I'll smoke him out. And you know how long that is.
Yeah.
He's a young man. Omar Francis is a young man.
Yes, he's a young man. Mm-hmm.
Right, and Mr. Francis used to drive Jersey, but so it should be his grandson, not his brother.
You know what deal? Oh Lord. Eddie.
Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm waiting for my guest to call me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But what of all the year and all the time in Jamaica not to have a festival song?
Right. Even if they were bad, because the year when they had you remember the year when they had it called pop, when it was a pop. Remember the year when they came up as a pop festival or something, and you had the song about stop and go. Stop, you go, you stop. You stop, you go, you stop, you go. You remember? Okay.
But I haven't heard the song. I don't know if it's the lyrics that are bad. I mean, all of you.
The whole song never make no sense. The whole song never make no sense.
Because there's so much that I can't figure about, and this is the time when maybe the veterans should step in and do it or write it for youngsters.
Well, I don't know. The organizers, JCDC, right? They're not going to tell you who should write your song. I don't think so.
I know, but what I'm saying is,
Mm-hmm.
the veterans and also people who have been there but may not have won and coming second or third or whatever so years.
Mm-hmm.
This should be a good time to step in to come up on the 60th anniversary.
Well, what
for them to come back.
Well, 2 years ago, 2019, when Buju won, they had quite a few veteran artists who had entered.
Right.
Right, and Buju won that year. And last year, the entries were pretty good too. Last year, I played them on my program and they were good, both for the festival, the gospel, and the festival.
Even though I beg to differ, but it's all subjective.
You didn't like last year's entries?
No.
No, I did. I did though.
Some things is quite okay. I mean, everybody have a different taste.
Yeah.
It's not subjective. I'm not taking away from you. I'm just saying I didn't care for them. So they must have been really, really bad this year. But what I'm saying is, these people, I'm saying, especially past contestants, especially on the 60th anniversary, should make an effort to come in and do something.
Yes.
Do something. It's a bit quite okay for old timers to do it.
Well, what they're thinking, well, because it has fallen down so badly now, they are thinking of having a few of those veterans when they put that for the Jamaica 60, they're going to put, a collection of songs together. And so they'll just drop in a few of them on there.
I mean, here's one thing that somebody could have done with permission. Go back and listen to all of these songs over the 60 years and pick out lines and verses from them combined into one song. There's so much material there that could come up with songs over all these songs that they have had over the years.
Mm-hmm.
They never thought about that.
I don't think so. I don't think so. They were thinking of it on an individual competitive basis. Hold your thought one moment. Good afternoon.
I just want to say I'm so, me and Mr. Francis agree back. No, we are right now, 'cause we never could, go with one another. But I glad I didn't say Mr. Francis' brother. I'm glad somebody else said. So thank them very much. Mr. Francis don't know me say it, okay? Thank you.
All right, no.
Right. So I'm like,
yes.
wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's an idea. That's a thought. That's a good idea, but I don't think they have thought of it that way. And time that's going to be another project for them. And there are so many other moving parts to the whole Jamaica 60 itself. They may not want to take that on now. I mean, they were planning to have the competition itself, but they're also bad. And I'm sure the people there.
Let me ask a question. I don't know if you know. I'm going to ask anyway. Are the songs has got to be written and everything done by the artist?
No, man. There are artists who have had their shadow writers.
Other people?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And the veterans didn't think about that and they come and write some songs for the young people?
No.
Wow.
I mean, that conversation clearly never take place.
Apparently.
No.
Or if it did, and didn't come with anything, that's a bit unfortunate.
Mm-hmm. So poor Babsy is in pickle there now, because people came out and were and especially because it's the 60th year, that would have just been good to have it.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Because everybody look forward to it annually.
But I must think that, in hindsight, people know the festival song competition.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then know after the 60th. So I would imagine they have been writing from and doing anything from before when then they should have special emphasis on kind of some test runs, to see what the songs are.
Right.
And say, okay, no, go back on the drawing board.
Mm-hmm.
Go back on the drawing board and come again.
But I'm wondering what
they hard together, and then they would get something good and get people to help.
And I think they could have, because these are people who really want to be a part of the competition. So if you say, hey, we think you need to make some adjustments here to your lyrics and the composition and so on, I'm sure they would have done that and give them the benefit of the doubt.
There's so much that one could write about.
Mm-hmm.
Festival song that encompasses 60 years. Come on.
Yeah.
It's so much.
It's unfortunate.
It's so much.
It's very disappointing. Badly disappointing. Bad. So now
just gonna and think. Here we are. COVID could be in it, or we're coming. So much.
Yeah. But
that's right.
We like to think of things in the ideal. So the song them bad, you just cut. There is no plan B.
Yeah, they never think beyond that.
No,
right.
We don't do plan B. If we don't get the thing right one time, then we're not doing it.
Mm-hmm. And obviously, they weren't thinking of the whole 60th thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think they would have definitely adjust the regular festival competition.
Yes.
Really focusing on the 68 and you put hands and heart together to have something that can really go down in the annals of history with at this juncture in observation and celebration. That's what I'm saying. All hands on deck.
With the pandemic, they should have said, through the pandemic, we can't go to yard, we can't go there, we can't go street. Come on, fix up something, man.
But we're resilient. We come from Nanny, we come from Marcus, we're resilient.
Yeah. So we come up with something fast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Check out the pandemic, we can go to the street, we lock down how much days
but we survived,
when the COVID.
and we're strong, and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying
Exactly.
all hands should be on deck. This is something that they should be going through from last year.
Yes.
Going in and submit and retool and help and get something.
I agree.
But
That's
instead the
right.
opposite.
Mm-hmm.
Instead it's the opposite. Not there. Nothing.
Right, and they just say not having it.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that is why Jamaicans came out and spoke up and said, why wouldn't you be having it? You can't find something else
Must have
then?
been very bad. It must have been very bad then, Lady D. It must have been very bad.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I...
Very bad.
Oh,
So-
Jesus. No,
Yeah,
no.
well, the best I can do right now, as I say, is celebrate all the ones that we have had over the years leading up to this. And
Yeah,
make something of it.
absolutely.
Have a montage. Celebrate the year.
Yeah.
So I think, from Toots to
Can't go more so.
from Toots to what's your name? From Toots or from Desmond Decker to from Desmond Decker to what's your name?
Okay.
Last year home. What the young lady name? From Desmond Decker to the young lady last year.
Sorry about that. What you said, DL?
I'm saying I was saying, celebrate from Desmond Decker to what's her name? You know her name. I won last year.
Oh, yeah. What's your name again? Yeah. We have a brain freeze. All right, my guest is calling me, so I gotta go.
Okay.
Thank you both.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon, Lady D.
Yes, good afternoon, Mrs. Hale. How are you?
Oh, I'm blessed and had a pleasure.
Good to hear you. Ladies and gentlemen, Voices, the intellectual voice that has everyone talking. My guest this afternoon is Mrs. Keisha Hale. She is the principal of Padmore Primary School in St. Andrew. And this afternoon, Mrs. Hale is joining me as an educator and principal. She has some concerns about what COVID has done, the impact that COVID has had on the education system. So, Mrs. Hale, welcome. I'm glad you were able to join me today.
Thanks for having me.
Yes. How is Jamaica today?
I didn't hear you, Lady D.
How is Jamaica today?
Jamaica. We have had a paradigm shift.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat of a, you would say, infiltration into our education sector that causes it to go away.
Mm-hmm.
But we are trying our best to really reel in and get things normalized.
Yes.
In Jamaica.
How is your school doing? How is Padmore Primary?
Padmore Primary, we are doing well, It's just that more persons want to come and we don't have the resources to really deal with everything what we really need to.
Mm-hmm.
But we are championing on.
So when you say more persons want to come, you mean students to be enrolled?
Students to be enrolled,
Uh-huh.
and because of the COVID now, it's more stress on the school to provide and to get the results that it is used to. Because, as you know, the students were out for nearly 2 years, and some of them didn't have a device. So,
Got you. Yes.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So I know during the pandemic, how did you manage, the whole working from home with students on not working, but students being home, the virtual classes? How did that go? Because I know some of them perhaps couldn't afford to have tablets and all of that.
it was like a literal nightmare.
Mm-mm.
It was a literal nightmare because the parents didn't invest in tablets, so over 90% of them didn't have tablets until they find that they need to have, and then maybe it went down to about maybe 6%.
Mm-hmm.
And then coupled to that, you have some parents who weren't earning as much as they used to earn.
Right.
So food became a problem, just providing for the children. So we had a mobile bus bus food truck going around and feeding these children. You know, because kids can't learn on hungry belly.
That's right.
So, right. So it was, and it took so much. Maybe I actually had to take loans to help with some of these kids. That's where it went.
And while you're doing all of this, as you're doing all of this, what's the response from the parents?
Well, I'm going to tell you, and it's just the truth. I know Keisha taught the truth. I taught the truth. The parents, some of them, of course, they appreciate it. But I notice, what I'm noticing is that most of them were thinking about, how do I get by day? So it's like, you know, education is like at the back burner. So what I notice is that I have to be parenting some of these children. After the parenting them, some of them what you see, you don't want to fall through the crack. And today, you know, I just peed on from school. I just finished extra lesson, and the extra lesson is not paid extra lesson; it's free extra lesson. So the grade 4 test coming up. So it is that Lady D, you see the COVID era and this era where the teachers are trying to play catch up. For the 2 years, some of the kids them out and just playing. Is the added stress. So what's happening in Jamaica? About 25 teachers die in a month.
Yes.
It is a correlation. It's a correlation. The stress level is up. Believe me. Because the ministry is sending these tests. It cure not, you know. If you're ready, you know, already it's coming.
Yes. Yes. So the fact now that you're back face to face, how are you catching up? What is the catch-up system for these children, some of them who fell so far behind?
Lady, what we are doing and what we are trying to do differently as a school is to give them some extra hours to catch up. Like for today, the grade 4s and go back to grade 3 performance starts to try to build them. Because they try to build them with the grade 4 performance starts, like some of them crumbling. They have to go back to straighten what they know before we build on it. So what we are doing on Saturday classes, or my teachers does 1 to 3 like reading class.
Yes.
Because what we notice is, because the kids are out, some kids, they were in class 2 and then they have to carry them to grade 1 in primary school. They were in basic school, class 2, and then the pandemic hit. They don't go back to no school, and then they came to grade 1.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, the teacher might have to be calming her down. It's like so she's pulling out her hair. Stressed.
So oh my goodness.
Because
so how
the grade 1, what the government should have done, Lady B, you know what they should have done? These kids who are coming into grade 1 should have been learning the class 2 syllabus. Push everything back a year. Because they can't manage the syllabus. It's the truth.
Yes. That's very sad, though, because I mean, we're here and we read it, and, you know, there are children here who go through their own challenges with parents, and this whole virtual learning thing there were some who managed it very well, but others it broke down so badly. And the parents themselves, as you know, as an educator, that the parents were not equipped to help them through this phase, so they just threw up their hands, and you know, the children just did what they want. Is either they came on or they didn't for the classes, those who could. But what I want to ask, because you mentioned about, you know, those principals who passed away and the stress and so on, with your teachers and yourself, how did you manage some little self-care? How did that go during that time? Even today?
Well, Lady B, I try my best to talk to them and to even try to lessen some of the load. We try to get like assistant teachers just to help mark book and so forth.
Yes.
You know, like on a Friday, I said, come, we're going to the movies, we have to de-stress. And there's a lot of work, it really is a lot of, but the homework going home and coming back. You understand me? So, Lady D, I'm going to tell you something. You see, in Jamaica, when we come to the internet service, it is so bad.
Yes.
So bad, it just drop. It just boy. So that part of it. Some kids did learn online, you know.
Yes.
But you have most of them coming back. Remember that right now Jamaica cannot find 27,000 children.
Yes.
Some of them have not been back in classes.
So I hear. And I heard the minister just the other day saying that, you know, they are connecting, going into the homes, you know, and trying to find out where are these children, why aren't they in school?
They're not lost. Maybe they are not lost to them.
But all right, so if they're not coming to school, the parents know that they're not going to school, the parents just have them home, or the parents gone out?
Some of them who start to work.
Right.
You have some of them who start to hustle and turn the hustle. You understand? So they're not going back. You have some of them that the parents sent to the country to live with mommy and daddy, and then they'll go back to them. You understand? So there's different complexities to the problem. You have some of them parents cannot afford it. They just they're not working, they can't afford to send them to school. I had the grade 5 test the other day, and I can tell you something. I have not seen the students from March. I tried to call, I tried to go to the house, the student not here. And the student turned up for the grade 5 test.
Oh.
The mother went for the student in the country.
Oh.
So I had to, you know, I really got upset. You know, I said, no, you can't do this to the child. Some of them, the home is no longer a safe haven for children, you know.
Yes. So here.
It's so sad to see.
It's a sad. So I know your school was at, you know, its peak because of the efforts that you put in ensuring that children learn. With these challenges now, where you think you are?
Well, it's the effort of a staff, you know, I'm just a leader. It is a staff effort. But lady, it is not where I want it to be. Because what I would have done, I would have scaled back on the curriculum for some of these tests.
Yes.
But the ministry don't think like that. So the test came into, you know, how it normally came, the level of difficulty. So what happened is that I had to give more hours. So we are teaching 7 days a week. For like the prep students, they come online or come to school 7 days a week.
Yes.
But they're not at school, they're online. So that is what happened.
Because at the end of the day, boy, you know, I guess the ministry is adamant that no matter what, they must learn, and they must learn at the level that they are. But I know that they know that some of them are not performing at the level they ought to be.
Right, they are not. And it puts stress now on like a school like Padmore normally gets most of the kids passing. It put a lot of stress. So what I had to do is that I had to duplicate myself as a grade 6 teacher to back up the grade 6 teacher and the principal.
Yes.
So what you find out is that all of my hair drop off, you know, lady, I have to cut it off.
Oh, Lord.
You understand me? The stress level is
high.
so much.
And even though you have your faculty, but I guess, do you get support from the parents in the community to come in and to help you? maybe some of them
Tell me
who
the
are,
what maybe the
well,
like
maybe
what.
some who are at, say, you know, a acceptable literate level to help with maybe helping with
Well,
the after classes with the little math and you know, comprehension, what have you.
what they want is that they want the school to help them,
Oh dear.
maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Because what we try to do is have some parents class online to
Mm-hmm.
show them how they must help with the performance task and the curriculum based on the ability.
Yes, yes.
So the parents looking for help.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I have
So
5
and the
minutes.
schools are not equipped.
Oh my. So I have 4 minutes to go, Keisha. But
Mm.
please share your heart in your 4 minutes as an educator. What is next?
What is next for me, or what is next? I don't
What is
understand the
next for
question.
your school? What is next? Your recommendations for the education system?
Okay, okay. All right, Lady D. With the pandemic hitting, we have to acknowledge that there's a lot of fallout. And we have to acknowledge also that the home is under pressure, the school is under pressure,
Mm-hmm.
and the parents are under pressure. So what we normally get, like the children coming 5 days a week at school now, we notice that some of them coming 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
So we see that the parents and the school need buffer,
Mm-hmm.
right, to ensure that things can come back to normality.
Yeah.
And I don't think that we're getting not near the support the schools need now. We're not getting it because nothing much has changed.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So I am recommending that the government really look at early literacy, and at this phase of it, I would say that the kids need to when they go to class 3, they need to be doing the grade 1 syllabus, introduce them to the grade 1 syllabus. And when they come to grade 1, even aspect of it, they are doing over the syllabus. So I'm thinking that we could carry the children from 2 years old
Mm-hmm.
and start teach them class 1 work.
Yes.
Because these kids, most of them talking, you
Mm-hmm.
have to help with the potty training. But do for the early childhood, that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Do for the early childhood that when they come to us at 5, 6, they are reading. And I'm saying that what incentive Jamaica can do is that they can give have some account that can be opened for the child who is reading by 5.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
100,000 Jamaican dollars. So some kind of fund maybe it can roll over for them university, high school, or something like that. But
Yes.
it's an incentive to the parents to push also.
Mm-hmm.
What I notice is that the push is less with the parents. So if I couldn't know that if my child is reading at 5-year-old and then can go through this government test and pass it, and I can get 100,000, you just need to put aside like $1 billion
Yes.
and say, all right then, since we take that from NHG since you're always going there anyway, and then you put it aside and you say, okay then, once a child can read at 5-year-old, you get 100,000 towards his education.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, parents will, I think, you understand me, they will get popping.
But then,
Because
you know,
this is what we need.
but it's interesting that you're making reference to this incentive, because growing up, parents knew that their children needed to be educated. They sent them to school. There was no incentive. You just go to school and you learn. There was nothing.
These parents are younger. They are younger and more.
And yeah, they are more enterprising and into all
living
kinds
more
of
hit
stuff.
life.
Mhm.
Younger and living more hit life.
Yeah. But then if the, having, that is why the discussion about having children, can you afford to have children? What are your plans for your
That's
children?
where it needs to go.
All those things, because people just having children with no plan, Keisha, and then they end up in your system and you are pressured to try to figure out a way how to boost them up so they can send their children to school. Isn't that something?
Right.
That's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But I'm hoping you and I will be able to talk again since we were delayed at the start. But you have shared, about what is going on now. You're concerned. Teachers have just died. And I would say to you, in all of this, please take care of yourselves and encourage your teachers to do the same. Encourage your teachers to do the same. Yes, you want the passes. Yes, and we could go down the line. But if you're not healthy people, you can't produce.
Definitely.
So I know you are good at what you do, and you have that gift where you can get people to be involved and do what they need to do. And ultimately, it is about the children so that they can learn. And as we would say, pass the worst.
Definitely.
So we will talk again, but please take care of yourselves. And,
thank you for having me.
Yes, man. Let these parents know, hi, you want your picnic them eat bulla with them name on it. I'm just joking. But, thank you so much, Keisha, for sharing. Principal of Padmore Primary in St. Andrew, Jamaica. Thank you. You work so hard for your school, and somebody hear the name Padmore, they don't have to scratch them head. They know where Padmore is in Jamaica. So blessings, Keisha Hale, and all the best.
Thank you, Lady D. All the best for your program.
All right. Thank you, too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's a wrap for the show this afternoon, keeping you in the know with news, happenings, and facts. And, of course, today is the Monday Drive. So I'd like to say blessings to everyone. Thanks to all who called and participated and made us laugh this afternoon about Eddie's grandson. Oh, Lord. So thank you, everybody. And please, when you think of children, remember Jamaica, those of us who are Jamaicans, yes, their children and their parents can afford it, and they are doing well, and there are those who are struggling. And as you hear, there are parents who are having children who, if you don't give them something, the picnic not going nowhere. What a thing. So, it's rough going. Rough. And when they come in and do an evaluation, by the time they're asking a 7-year-old to read, can't read fly. Why? Because he's just shuffling through the system, and it's difficult to pinpoint who is doing well and who not, or who learning and not learning. It's very, very unfortunate. But I gotta go. Looking forward to seeing you on Thursday for Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. So I'd just like to say blessings to everybody today, and don't forget my sponsor, Cooler Runnings.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant, located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a lot of love and blessings. Take it easy, and I will see you on Thursday. Mwah! I am out of here. So take it easy, everybody. Blessings to you. And while I'm at it, just in case you're wondering what the delay is, I'm just trying to get something up and running here. But I did have a good afternoon. So take care of yourselves. And remember, be good people so they don't have to give me any bad report. Oh, Lord. They don't have to give me any bad report about you. So take care.
Facebook and Instagram at DJ Styles Music. DJ Styles, baby.
Ooh, I met a girl this morning. She was love at first sight. Ooh, I met a girl this morning, and she was beauty to my eyes. I asked her where she from, she tell me in the tropics. She asked me what's my name, I tell her I am Connie. And I said, girl, tell me what's your name, and she tell me that her name is Jamaica. And I said, smile, girl, smile. Smile for me, Jamaica. And I said, smile, girl, smile. Ooh, Lord, smile for me, Jamaica. And never you cry, here am I. Yeah, I'm here for you, Jamaica. Dry your eyes, girl, smile. Smile for me, Jamaica. Lord.
DJ Styles, the music just turns me on.
Some things were meant to be, so I don't let it be. And stop worrying about it. Long as we know what's in our hearts, we know we're in our thoughts. Hey, no reason for concern. They're gonna talk, they're gonna talk, they're gonna talk, they're gonna say a lot of things about us. Said you know that love is not a sin, but you worry what the people say when they see me with you, and wonder what the crowd will say when they find us together. Wonder what the people say when they know we're in love. Wonder what the crowd will say. Hey, hey, hey. You pass them on the street, greet you with a smile. Hey, as broad as the night.
On my day, y'all, Jah won't leave you for an inch. Anything you
DJ
want,
Styles, baby.
got such big bright smile, but my days are dark. Hungry till I can barely walk. Oh, so watch the look on my face.